Paving on Burses Way is underway. Changes coming to the airport rotary, and Town Council talks wastewater on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Friday, May 4th, 2012. I'm Sarah Colvin. Paving on Burses Way in Hyannis is underway today. Our cameras caught crews hard at work just off of Main Street today. Work will be done throughout the day and into tomorrow. Just be aware that you may experience delays in that area. Detours are in place. Drivers beware as well. Big changes are coming to the airport rotary. The rotary entrance to Barnstable Municipal Airport will permanently close on May 9th. Drivers heading to the airport from the Yarmouth area can access the facility from the Route 28 entrance. From Route 132, drivers are to take Addicks Lane to the new Airport Road extension. Drivers can also access that road extension from Independence Drive. Crews will soon work to install sidewalks along Airport Road and Barnstable Road, and a new traffic signal will be put in place at the intersection of Addicks and Airport Road. Some young faces were part of the audience at last night's Town Council meeting and even had a chance to step up to the podium during public comment. Young Daniel Popolo of Marston's Mills spoke in support of open space.
I support the town's grant of the easement for the Coombs Bog. I think the public would enjoy the area and the trails, especially the youth of the community. Thank you.
And then another young Barnstable resident took a turn.
Hi, I'm Haley Suleiman. I'm from Cotuit, and I'm with the Cape Cod Lighthouse Charter School. And I'd like to say it would be a great plan to support the JFK Museum for preservation because it's important to Cape Cod. It has over 80 pictures of him from when he was a child on Cape Cod to when he was an adult. I think it's important, and it's a great legacy for the Cape. Thank you.
The Cape Cod Commission's annual report to Town Council took up the bulk of Thursday's meeting. Chief Regulatory Officer Christy Sanatori brought some good news to the council.
The Commission recently applied for and was awarded a Community Innovation Challenge grant. There were $4 million available last year through the state for the purposes of improving local government through regionalization efforts. The Commission coordinated with the town of Yarmouth and explored the idea of electronic permitting, or e-permitting, as a way to try to establish an automated system for licensing and inspections. And the primary goal of e-permitting is to reduce processing time for each transaction. It's allowing users to request and track permits from their homes and to increase governmental transparency. An inquiry into the software actually revealed that it would cost the same amount for the fee to purchase the software licenses for up to 250,000 people. And so rather than one town going it alone, it made sense to try to regionalize these efforts. So this led to the Community Innovation Challenge grant proposal. It didn't make sense not to try to regionalize this program. This led to the Commission's application for the grant, and 14 of the 15 towns did sign on, including Barnstable, and there were over 100 applications for this particular grant, representing over 280 municipalities across the state. There were 28 awards, and we did receive the largest of the awards at $500,000.
Commission Executive Director Paul Nadzwicki further explained the benefits of e-permitting.
So our GIS department has gone from a reactive program to a very proactive program, and really one of the core pieces of our problem-solving techniques at the Commission. So we've created this and really morphed GIS into the Strategic Information Office. We have a fairly extensive data warehouse at the Commission, so there's a lot of information there. And when I got there 5 years ago, a lot of that information was really collected in more of an 18th century technique with literally sort of piles of paper on the floor. So we spent a lot of time transitioning to the digital age, and we're there now and fully engaged, and are working out relationships with other data warehouses around the state. We have a lot of information that's unique to the Cape, and so we're able now to draw on that centralized database and develop applications, basically, to help towns solve some of their more pressing problems. The VIPER program, we work with the Yarmouth Fire Department, as Christy mentioned. E-permitting fits in there. And the promise of e-permitting is really the promise of smarter government. It's government 2.0. It's a building inspector, instead of getting up and driving to the office, gets up with an iPad and his or her route is already mapped out for them for the day in the most efficient way possible. They can go make their inspections, take a picture that's immediately uploaded. They can input contractor information that is immediately referenced with the state database for consumer protection purposes. And then all of that information, instead of being in paper, is immediately uploaded and available to the town for your use. And there's a lot of useful information there. And that's just one aspect of some of the advantages to the e-permitting program.
Niedzwiecki also spoke about a new software program developed by the Commission.
We have developed, though, the ability to take scientific data from the Massachusetts Estuaries Program, and we have created at the Commission, with the help of $150,000 from the state legislature, a land and water use database. And with the combination of those two, we've been able to develop a fairly complicated nitrogen calculator. We have taken the unprecedented step of then connecting that to a cost model, which lays out particular treatment options and costs associated with those treatment options. And we are in the process right now working with CH2M Hill to develop a rate model, which is the final piece. And so really for the first time, you'll be able to go from a degraded water quality situation in an estuary embayment through evaluating solutions and ways to spread costs and come up with an average cost of a particular solution per household. And what I like about this most is that it's not a top-down approach. It doesn't select any one scenario. It actually allows the user to superimpose your own assumptions about how you'd like to solve the problem onto the model and how you'd like to spread costs. And it allows you to measure that. So it is a very powerful technical tool, and but more importantly, I think it's a more powerful communication tool. It's a way to take complex public policy and complex capital construction projects and present them in a way that's much more easy to understand and consume.
Niedzwiecki plans to preview that program at the Smarter Cape Summit in Falmouth on May 14th. Andrew Gottlieb of the Cape Cod Water Protection Collaborative spoke to the council as well last night about the regional process of dealing with our wastewater issues.
Rather, what we've decided to do is break the various issues into bite-sized pieces. And we're using the Water Protection Collaborative, and today was the first day that we used the steering committee forum as an opportunity to talk about a specific issue area. In this instance, it was the factors that drive cost in wastewater management. And so we use the collaborative to board to hear what we're thinking about those issues, how we're seeing it, what the analysis looks like, get some input, refine the analysis and the discussion accordingly. And then for each one of those subject areas, we're going to run a series of public meetings that'll be structured roughly around the first half or so, being a presentation of our staff level analysis of what the issue is, and then have a, depending on who comes and what their mood is, either a discussion about what we've presented or simply just receive people's comments about what they've heard. And then to the extent we feel that after that series of public sessions, we got a handle around the issue and we can put that one to bed and move to the next one, we'll move to the next one.
Near the end of the meeting, Acting Town Manager Tom Lynch informed the council that he and other staff members are working on a pair of new ordinances.
One is a revised building and property building code ordinance, and the other is a chronic problem properties ordinance. One addresses somewhat the issue of blight with various properties that I hear from a lot of you on and a lot of constituents all the time on, and the other takes those properties where there are extensive resources being expended by the town either through public safety efforts or other efforts, and provides a method for us to actually recapture some of those monies that are spent on those properties.
All in all, the council approved a conservation restriction for land off Fox Hill Road in Centerville. 3 CPC funding requests were referred to public hearings at the next meeting. Council meets again on May 17th. With Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Colvin.